And one thing we know about Navi, Simple said it before, they love the emotional games. They really bring their best when the going gets tough, and it can't get tougher than this.
Finally, it's time to start the damn match! Everyone's on the team speak. Here we go. Astralis will be on the offensive. The desk showed how dangerous they can be on this T side, and they've got the grenades again. Glaive and Zipex have nasty plans in mind for Navi. You have 4 players of Kevlar. Zeus has a kit if necessary, and Astralis will try to make it so.
Yeah, looking like they just want to go straight outside, down secret. Electronic will spot it though, which Astralis likely know that will be the case. They don't care. They're just going to keep barreling down as quickly as they can into that lower bomb site. Flamey awaits Simple in position as well. Astralis, they know they are expected. They know that Navi have rotated lower. Will they try to play them for fools, or will they just still try to use that firepower and make it work regardless? Flamey plays around the smoke, pops one, more to be had here as he tries to get it Glaive. I don't know how Astralis can get this bomb down right now. Navi players everywhere. Another one coming in here. This is looking way too easy for Navi so far. Just Dupree alone.
3 kills for Flamey. Looking like he's invisible at the moment, but not anymore. Dupree's done something, but not enough. Navi got off to a solid CT pistol round. That looked very comfortable indeed. They had expectation of Astralis, and they managed to deal with it. And of course, Astralis have to be the most studied team in Counter-Strike. How do they keep surprising their opponent?
It's a very good point, James. One of the reasons of their consistency has been that their basics, their fundamentals are so untouchable, their defaults, well, there's no one that can come close to them. And that is one of the secrets of Astralis and their success. And Navi looking to make things dirty here, as Sean said, that they are the team to rip them apart. We'll see if they can get off to a good start here, or if these Deagles, this CZ and the Scout that Astralis have force bought into, these are going to provide some problems. Navi need that clean start. They've got to get a good economy straight away.
Will he see 1? Will he see 2? Glaive holding an angle, but you could argue that Electronic is better equipped. Now this is a full investment from Astralis. They've left no money for AWPs. Everybody's in to try and get this one. That was a close one. Device down to 1 HP. Here's Dupree taken out on top of the roof. Nuke more awkward now outside than it used to be. Electronic still has a secret position, which means that Navi can focus on A. Although Simple's now being picked off, but he's not always the most dangerous person on Navi. You have Electronic as well. Very dangerous indeed. Flamey was oh my! Okay, maybe there's a plant in. It's 3-on-3. This could get dangerous for Navi.
Yeah, Zipex looking quite savage so far with that Deagle, very fast. And now Zeus asking some questions in the lower bomb side. We'll spot one, and there's the bomb as well. Down on the floor, 30 seconds to go. Zipex holds the angle, looking to be a turret, but Device, he has to go get the bomb. 1 HP, not good enough. Zipex still doing more damage though, caught out in the open. Deagle comes back out in time. Still has some bullets to throw at Zeus, but Zeus will get it done. Navi will clean up the round, but that round looked dangerous.
Yeah, 3 players lost for Navi. That's a pretty good round for Astralis. It's all about the impact to the CET economy once you lose the pistol. Now, once Astralis come to their buy rounds, if they are able to be successful, then those kills will most certainly pay off. For now, Navi will continue 3 SMGs, and we see no investment from Astralis whatsoever in this round. 5 Glocks, 5 meat shields, maybe a bomb plant would be nice, but again, they can still try to focus on thinning out the utility for Navi. Even if they don't get a kill, they can make them spend their grenades, those expensive $600 incendiaries. Plenty to spend money on for the next round for Navi if Astralis give them the time to burn.
Yeah, it's a really good point, especially as mentioned, both these teams do damage in every single round, and it can be the difference between a rifle now or later on. It does seem like things will be cleaned up, and they actually get a kill out of these Glocks. Oh, okay, there comes another one. Now Glaive will pick up the bomb again, down lower. Oh, I think he's just missed the bomb. Maybe there could have been a chance at a very quick plant, but it will be denied. But still, Navi will lose 2 players, and as you mentioned, they expended a lot of utility in that round. So Astralis, despite having very little, keeping them on their toes.
The buy coming out now for Astralis. 5 AK-47s and plenty of grenades. We know they're capable of fast plays. Who knows if we've seen their whole strap bag just yet here on Nuke. Navi will have to be on their toes. For now, they will keep the money together and continue with the 2 MP9s rather than upgrading to the rifles. Let's see what Astralis can get into. Glaive with a smoke early to take away any vision of a sniper rifle. There is one on Simple, and the player is close to the CT side already. Astralis and Ninjas in Pyjamas, two of the more notable teams on the old Nuke. But can Navi match Astralis here?
Yeah, so we'll see those very late outside smokes covering a path to Secret. Now for Navi, they don't 100% know whether or not players are going down there, but they have Electronic in a nice off angle trying to keep tabs on this. Let's see if he's going to be able to deal with these AKs. He has the MP9. They're going to line up potentially. No, there comes a very nice peek from Device. Expectant, cognizant, and Astralis will move forwards down to that lower bomb site.
Is in the control of the CTs, and Control is in control. That room there is referred to as Control, but Flamey gets taken out of there. Molotov on the more important side. The cheeky peek from Glaive, he's blind. But he will manage to escape, and oh dear, Dupree will ring the bell of Simple. And that leaves only two Navi players left, and now you start to wonder already about the economy for the Navi side. The first buy round for Astralis, they've not lost a single player.
Yes, that is very troublesome. Can Edward hold on to his M4? And will we be seeing any AWPs here from Navi? Might be a while. We'll have to wait and see how much money they have in the next round. I don't think they have enough with this loss bonus. So that's a worrying sign straight away. And that goes to show, just as you mentioned, James, in the Glock round, 5 Glocks, they have nothing. They kick 2 kills somehow to Astralis, and they burn all that utility. And that's why Navi now don't really have any security going into the next round after losing this one. So Astralis, despite that shaky start, still looking like they might just be in control of Nuke.
Moving into round 5, you will soon see how important the kills in round 2 were for Astralis and what they've done to the CT economy. They're actually going to buy up Navi, but they're going to buy with very limited supply. They have a UMP instead of a rifle, and it's used on the auto shotgun. It can be used well at close range. It was had a better spread, an improved spread from the devs, but still not an ideal situation here for Navi. For those of you new to the game, the outlines of the players are just for spectators. The players cannot see that, just so we can see where everybody is. Right then, will we see a more aggressive Navi here on Nuke, because they don't really have the grenades to hold as much map control as they otherwise might have liked to.
And we can see Dupree actually just making a lot of noise on the silo. I think they're trying to suggest perhaps maybe there's more players outside than they may intend to finish the round with. We'll have to see how it will develop here for Astralis. Electronic with a very fine angle there from the garage. He's fairly safe in that position, and lots of noise has been made outside for Astralis so far, but yet they've yet to really push all that far, and we can see that they start to go and check the forward positions once again. Perhaps trying to bait out a reaction from Navi, knowing that Navi don't have a lot, well, better weaponry than they do, that maybe Navi might take some risks. They're really trying to force those risks, but Navi holds strong so far.
Simple was in the ramp area, or the B area. As you can see, he's moved back to a more passive position, so he can retreat without getting trade fragged. You can see 4 Astralis players moving together. If you're wondering why, they're trying to use the numbers game to abuse the CTs, to defend with less numbers, but so far so good for the CTs. 2 kills, Electronic and Simple, of course. Dupree down low, but there's 2k for him. Now what do they do? 25 seconds on the clock. Where are the rest of the CTs? Where is it safe to plant the bomb?
Flamey long range with the UMP. It's not exactly ideal. He does have a teammate to come in to support him in Electronic with the M4, but very limited utility here. Some strong angles held by Astralis post plant. Again, there is some time here to work something, but it's going to be very difficult. And Edward will make his way in on the flank, looking to see if he can somehow get something done as he moves forwards. It might be his player that can set his team forwards, or perhaps Electronic. Electronic causing a distraction. Edward, perfect, gets to flank off. Now just Device in 1 versus 2. He can't do it, but Edward can. And Navi shut down Astralis after just losing a round.
Is there time to defuse the bomb, though? Because he doesn't have a kit. It's going to be a close one. I'm not sure if he's got it.
Oh! Oh no! Oh, so close!
Only Edward gets away, just in case. He picked up the sniper rifle and took it to a safe haven, but they were like 0.3 seconds away from winning that one. And again, you go back to round number 2, Astralis did that so much damage. Navi have to cut corners. The last 3 players at the very least don't have a defuse kit, and that's what causes them to lose the round. So again, it is the impact of Astralis early on in these rounds which allows them to win that round later on.
I can't believe it, James. It looked like it was so smooth for Navi, just so shy of time, but we do get the tactical timeout coming in from Navi to decide what to do with this situation. They have a very limited amount of money across the remaining players, around $2,500 and less, but Simple, he saved an AWP, has an AWP, and that is perhaps always a reason to just force buy it.
Yeah, I think it might be hard though on Nuke, because obviously if you have a map like Inferno, where you've got the funnel choke points, if you will, you can rotate to a different position and try and surprise people, but that might not be the easiest thing to do, and he would really have to increase his risk percentage to be effective if it was just a hero AWP. But again, we've got the SMGs, and there are places where they can be put to good use. But we've got a fast play into the squeaky door position. It's been blown off, as you still has the high ground for now, but Zip will catch him off guard. More CTs in the A site though, but the trades go the way of Astralis. 2 players left, Simple dropping the bomb for now, and now he's 1 versus 3. He can't peek this forever. He's got to find something and get away. Oh, he's going for the no-scope, but that will be a nice spread of that Molotov, and it will force him back.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like there could be too much for Simple to accomplish. He has to start considering, do I just save this up into the next round and maybe try and do something different? Try to reset it with the AWP, and it might just be the case here as he holds the ramp position. And you can see that Navi even had a good setup to defend that upper bomb site. The only thing that was open was main, and Astralis had such a fast timing. And then he started with that first kill on Zeus on the hut position, and then the defense started to topple. So very well selected rounds chosen by Astralis. But again, Simple is always the X factor, James, and he has an AWP still.
He has, but he's had an AWP for more than 1 round now, I think, and hasn't really helped them much, has to be said. They won the pistol. Beyond that, it's essentially a 3-0 scoreline for Astralis. Not much going the way of Navi at the moment. Astralis are imposing their will. There is the man Zonic. After every draw throughout this tournament, that man spends hours counter-stratting their opponents every single time. Very integral part to the Astralis team, who have now tied the score and are in a much better situation. They've got money for a second buy if they are to lose a round, and now we have that hero AWP. Simple with the sniper rifle, the rest on pistols.
Can he do it somehow? Can he find a way? Oh, there's a missed HE. Oh my goodness, it does a lot of damage to his teammates. Device and Zipix a little bit tagged up because of that missed HE. That was supposed to blow open the squeaky door to allow a very fast timing to peek through it, to catch anybody coming through main, but well, it shouldn't matter too much for Astralis. They, of course, have significant advantages in this round, but they know that Simple is somewhere with an AWP. Always a problem, always a consideration, as they start to try to safely take the outside position with those smoke grenades.
So as you can see in the top right corner, that is a balcony the CTs could stand on, but the smoke obscures the vision also from the garage, which is opposite Edward, and other places. So, but you never know, with these smokes down, unless you have a CT on these stairs, you don't know if people have gone down or not. So it's really hard to try and position your team, if you are Navi right now, in the right places to deal with what might be happening. They want to go for that. There's a risk as well. As you can see, they've only got pistols. Edward looking for a headshot, but he will be the recipient. And now it's a case of try to save the AWP. This is a round which Navi are probably not going to win. And at this point, it might not be worth trying to save the weapon. But Simple's on the ramp, and he's still looking into the B bomb site.
Yeah, maybe he can get a cheeky kill. Maybe someone will overextend, and Simple can snap them up. But Astralis is one of the most disciplined teams. Oh, Zeus, he's been spotted out. Oh, hello, maybe not. But still, Zipix gets the kill, and everything will be fine there for the Danes as they go back to the upper bomb site and get the plants in order. And Simple, once again, as you say, just sort of playing, well, just battle royale here, just trying to survive against the onslaught. And once again, looks like he will save the AWP. And this next round, they're going to have to make it count. His teammates will have a full buy. It will be, I think, the first full-on buy we're going to see from Navi, in fact.
The loss bonus will be 2,900. They are quickly heading towards max loss bonus, which is 3,400. But all the money in the world may not save them from Astralis, the way things are looking at the moment.
Oh. Will they spot him? Oh my goodness. Oh, they're everywhere, and that's it. Straight in the side of the head. Simple's AWP is gone in the most important round, James.
Very efficient from Astralis. They allow Navi to take nothing into the next round. Very expensive to buy up on the CT side, but indeed their money is in the right place. Simple with 5,500. If he buys the AWP, he will be light on grenades. Very light indeed. In fact, he will have no grenades whatsoever. It was a late buy. I don't know if it was just a late buy or if they were discussing rifles and more grenades, but here we are. He's on the AWP once again. 5 for 5 at the moment is Simple. Ooh, we've got vintage plays now, opening the squeaky door to have a look into the garage and politely closing it. He has been well raised by his parents.
Quite the gentleman. Navi waits to see what moves are made by Astralis, and the longer they wait, maybe the more awkward this becomes. And we can see Astralis are setting up a lot of nades here, perhaps into that upper bomb site with a set piece. And you can do a lot of very, very solid set pieces into this upper bomb site. Molotov, everything, top of the heart, just the rafters, just making life impossible for the CTs. And ooh, the triple nade, Astralis. That is their signature move, it seems. Innovating with moves like that. And that's some of that demo viewing that Zonic has done.
Yeah, and you can see they had a Molotov on the floor as well, potentially to bait someone into expecting them to push that door and stand in position for those grenades. They're dangling a carrot on a rope, no biters this time. Navi still with 5 alive, trying to hold on to that smoke for as long as possible because it could be crucial.
Navi almost out of utility in its entirety. It's going to be very difficult to hold a fast rush without counter utility, and Glaive will make a quick move here towards the ramp, start to suggest some pressure, some presence. And then he backs away again. Navi still not sure exactly what's going on right now, but here come the grenades, and Astralis, they have no more time. They've got to commit with this and push forwards, and Device opens things up with the first frag. Edward up high on the rafters. My God, Glaive! That's fantastic, Zeus. Can he be better? That's one down, more to go as he tries to swing around the side. He's successful, but 10 seconds apart the bomb. Can Zeus do this? Can he survive? No! Dupree shuts it down, and Astralis with a very slow round. Play it perfectly from start to finish.
Takes as long as it takes, but they move in with confidence. What an entry from Glaive, almost looking directly up and shooting straight in the face. There we have Electronic getting punished for looking for information, wondering what Astralis were up to. Surely somewhere there's a gap in the defenses, but apparently not. At this point, doesn't really matter how many Astralis players are lost because they are winning every single round, and indeed, Navi are now at maximum loss bonus. This means that between their buys, they've got enough money to buy Kevlar and a pistol, the odd grenade here or there, so these rounds can still be dangerous for Astralis.
Absolutely. These players lurking all over the place with these pistols, a couple headshots and the round swings. Perhaps Edward can have a better time of it in this round, being the solitary deagle. That one-shot kill potential at any range is strong. Is Zipex with the transfer. Ooh. That is fancy stuff there from the man as he falls back to safety.
So again, where Zipex was standing there is a good position if you're on an anti-eco, because if you get pushed from the door, from the hut, from the squeaky area, you can enable yourself to have a 1 versus 1, and you can easily retreat if you need to and have more 1 versus 1s or otherwise. So you don't want to go too deep on your own if you're the only person in that area and most of your team are focusing on the outside. Edward now alone trying to hold on to an AK. He's got 2 kills in this round, but again, it's not really amounting to much here for Navi. Beyond the pistol, we're looking at 0-6 in favour of Astralis, and that does not bode well for the remainder of this half.
Absolutely. It is always a dangerous sign to see Zipex having a good game as well. And so far he looks very focused indeed. And Edward, can he save this AK? Oh, Glaive is close. He hears the stepping. There's the big goal. Surely should go his way. Oh my God, he finally gets it right at the end there. So keeping that AK into the next round. Always nice to have an AK on that CT side. And as we move into the next rounds, as you mentioned, James, there's a lot to answer for here for Navi.
That transfer was outstanding. Zipex, always my pick. For those of you in GoTV or the Twitch Premium Pass, Zipex should always be watched. And somebody made a thread recently asking why. The reason why is because his decision making is something that you can learn from. If you look at what he is doing, I think if you ask yourself what you would do in his position, often it will be a more aggressive play. But he can allow you to have a better balance by watching what he does and play for your team instead of playing for yourself. That is why you should always watch Zipex when he's on the server.
Yeah, he definitely embodies that sort of consistent approach that Astralis have from a decision-making perspective, for sure. And As we go back into this one again, Navi, they have so much money now as they have the full loss bonus of $3,400. They've got the AWP on simple, the majority of nades that you would need to have a decent CT defense, but they need something more than that. And they got some aggression here, perhaps outside. The forward smokes come in, Electronic into a forward position. There's a flash for him, but Device over the top here, looking to see if he can find this push. But nothing is given away from Navi so far. And in go those triple nades once again to the top of Hut. But you can see that Navi don't have anyone there.
The funny thing is, in the earlier rounds, Zeus was playing there.
Yeah.
But now perhaps Navi are terrified of going there ever, because we're seeing it repeatedly now. So that may condition them to almost have like a weaker approach to this squeaky door position, which may pay off later on. Electronic is on fire! And now he is barbecued by the gun of Glaive. The AK runs hot. Simple moving away from the outside area. So this is a lot of map control which has been taken by Astralis, and it has the effect of denying information for Navi unless they want to take a risk and look towards the balcony. Otherwise it is complete guesswork, and you can see from their positions they don't know what's going on. But Zeus is looking for information. If he holds here and his players move through at the right time, he might see something. Trying to double pick on the CTs, edging forward is Zipex. Now Magix has to back off. He's in a 1v1, but he's carrying the bomb. He cannot afford to take this duel and lose.
Yeah, and there's not much time left, and holding lobby as a CTs is a very aggressive maneuver, and it can really cause problems for the T side because you get so much information. And as you mentioned, that bomb is, oh dear, hello, didn't expect that one, Edwards. Straight through radio room. It's Glaive as Astralis make the move, the decision to go towards the upper bomb site, and it was a great call. As we can see, they are flooding in there, and it doesn't look like Navi are really in position to do anything here. They have just been completely outplayed in this round, and Device will make it worse, as once again it is just, it's Save Simulator 2018 here for Simple.
Yeah, and they're downloading the DLC as well at this point. So you saw the bomb was, Zipex was in that same position and Magix was holding the bomb behind him. Denial of information is very important for a T side. If the CTs figure out where the bomb is going, it makes it easier for them to try and win a round. So he had to not try and trade the frag. Again, if he loses, maybe that's what causes Navi to win the round. Simple, almost a highlight, but not quite. Dupree will delete him, rub him out with an eraser. 7-3, 7 rounds in a row for Astralis. Getting to the point where they're going to start to lose money because they're winning all the rounds. Not quite there just yet, but they are close. Now, Navi for the most part have $3,500, but Edward had 8,800. So he spent some money and put an AWP on Simple. And he's brought down, he's gone essentially for a force buy. So this is some kind of weird half buy from Navi. Can it make the difference?
Well, in this level of play, Astralis may never expect this. We'll have to see. Magix goes first. Oh, very nice there. On point on the transfer. Up to Hut. Another head rolling on the ground thanks to Magix as more players come into that upper bomb site. But it looks like the reinforcements is going to stop that push for Astralis, and they're going to have to reconsider things. But in a 4 versus 2, they are happy to now just change the pace.
Again, you see all the rounds prior where Astralis put grenades to that position to try and deter someone from going there. Navi picked the right timing, but still get shot in the face. And getting shot in the face is a problem in Counter-Strike. And now we have Astralis in a 4 versus 2 with yet another bomb plant. We see nothing but success, and Glaive is leading by example, 13 for 7 at the moment. Top fragging on the server. And of course, he is the in-game leader.
And indeed, when we saw this veto, we knew that this map will be the greatest challenge for Navi, most certainly. As Astralis are just so impeccably good on this map, it's quite scary, isn't it, James? It's just. Will there ever be someone?
Get your marshmallows out.
That can stop them on this map. It's just so beautiful to watch them play. It's, just as Sponge was saying on the desk, Astralis, they don't play boring Counter-Strike. They have so many details, so much nuance to it. And again, as you mentioned, Magix just, even though they didn't expect it, you also have the individual skill to just back it up if a surprise is coming your way. That is difficult to deal with. And once again, the full buy comes out from Navi, but this time they have a twist.
2 sniper rifles for Navi. Flamey has picked up the second one. Very capable with the gun as well. But are Navi capable at this point of even taking a buy round away from Astralis on Nuke? The answer's been no so far. Will it be this that makes a difference? It is, again, just abusing the man advantage. Even if he shoots one of them, which he won't, there are so many more to trade the frag. Taken out immediately. How many does he see on the webcam? What is the response? Electronic caught out of position. And again, it's a landslide so far for Astralis. Edward desperately trying to shoot through a smoke, nothing doing. Is it safe territory again?
Yeah, that, oh my goodness, that 1-2 punch there from Astralis. As you say, so out of position, just caught so off guard by the pace. What a beautiful selection of round once again from Astralis. They are just making all the right calls right now. And would you expect anything less, especially on Nuke from them? And it's hard to watch when you want to see that double AWP setup be the difference for Navi, but they're going to have to rethink that, perhaps.
Are we looking at 12-3 in this half?
It's
time to ask the question.
Yeah, it's going that way for sure. Just a few more rounds and Astralis will be there. Navi, will they throw in some aggression? That's another hard adjustment to make against Astralis, because they're always looking for that aggressive move. They're always looking for that in a way that you're thinking, maybe you can surprise them. And they always just seem ready for it.
So much harassment at the end of the rounds. So much harassment. Navi going to have to change their phone numbers. 9-3, and what is there to say at this point? Magisk he's just shy of $15,000, so I do think he's probably at the point where he's losing money by winning all the rounds, because it's not expensive enough for the T side. A landslide for Astralis, 9 from 9 since the first buy round between the two teams. Let's see how it continues. We've had slow rounds, we've had fast rounds. Again, we've got the door being blown off, and that really makes you even more nervous towards that A site.
Oh, nice there from Edward.
Oh, hello.
That is so cool to see. Some detail there from Navi.
There's one for YouTube.
They'll see some damage to Dupree as well, and he has frequently been found up there on that silo position. Electronic will be completely safe from that flash, as Simple is looking for where the blind spot is, which is secret. They don't know Navi, if any Astralis players have made it down there just yet. Astralis have been very good at sort of making it really hard to guess what they're actually doing. They have presence all over the map, sort of suggesting that maybe they're here, maybe they're there. It's a constant guessing game for Navi.
I want to see the T's go down secret now, because Simple is waiting with an AWP. That's going to be juicy, very juicy indeed. I want to see that kind of exchange, but Astralis are harassing multiple parts of the map at the same time. They've crept into the ramp position as well, as you can see. Instantly, you can't look for information. It's like they're forcing Navi to guess the entire round. If you peek, these AKs are too strong. You're going to get shot in the face.
Oh, speaking of which, Simple strikes from the grass like the snake unseen with the AWP. He can't adjust in time. It's Dupree who makes the kill, and now Astralis once again punch a hole through the defense. Edward with the spray, but he is going to be taken away, and that looks like it could be it, because Electronic, he's 1v3. How can he do this? Oh my goodness, Electronic! One more to go though, bomb planted. He will quickly apply the pressure, tapping on that one as he moves forward through the door, trying to guess. But it's going to be made very difficult. He's up against Device, and he's going for the hold. My God, Electronic! That's the play Navi needed to get back in. That's the kind of brilliance you want to see from them.
Finally, a round has been won by Navi, but look at what it took. An individual play from Electronic, a well-placed Molotov, and Device, it was his turn to guess. Finally, they get something out of this. Great transfer there from Electronic. Round number 4 on the board. Is that enough? After all of one round of success for Navi, Astralis have taken a timeout. They will not allow them to have any kind of momentum. They'll have to sit and wait for a fair few seconds now. Of course, Astralis not shy on money at all. Navi will have a reasonable amount for this buy. There is the overlay. Device and Simple sniping. And Electronic with an AK. I mean, the AKs have been a problem. They have been a problem in this half so far. Astralis, can they get to double figures now? The 12-3 is off at the very least. So we have about 880,000 people watching. We want to get to 1 million. Get your grandmas to get their iPads out and tune in to FACEIT.
Well, it's back in this one now. Navi with a quick pause. Electronic perhaps with that clutch, he can bring them back into this one. Lift the spirits. And he waits outside. Oh, there's one. And maybe a second falling into the spray, but he can't make it work for the second. But just enough distraction for Edward to have a go of it. But how has Magis done it once again? Ready for anything. Simple now with the AWP looking into the yard, trying to spot out Magis. He's been such a problem, and they can't find him.
2-on-2, plenty of time for Astralis, moving towards the B bomb site. What's the rotation like for the CTs? Flamey is on A for the time being. It's simple. He's in the lobby area, so they are out of position at the moment, charging into the vent position, which means Astralis will hear where they are. They know roughly where Navi are coming from, so they're going to have really good post-plant positions. Device and Dupree. Simple's reload will concede his position yet further. Now, where are the Ts? It's a guessing game. They've got a Molotov and a smoke, Navi. May not help them too much. We've got one T going towards control. It's a great headshot from Device, and that leaves Flamey alone. A smoke on the bomb, a flashbang, a desperation. He doesn't even have a kit. Nothing doing for Navi in that round. 10 rounds for Astralis. Some people pay for this level of domination, Dan.
That headshot from Device was absolutely disgusting. Oh man, and Magis getting the second kill onto Edward, that was the problem. Again, just, oh yes. You love to see that. Maybe not if you're Navi, but if you are an Astralis fan, certainly.
Navi fighting with pots and pans in the last round of the first half. Electronic with an M4, everybody else with pistols. 5-7, still good for a one-shot to close range. And there he is, Youth back on the roof once again. Was avoiding the area for a while. And now he's gone. It's not really working for him, is it? Device popping some windows. Maybe trying to obscure some sound. Or suggest that players could quietly get to hell underneath the ladder position. So it's anti-eco territory for Astralis at this point. 4 more to find.
And you do indeed have to take it carefully. The Eagles, once again, you really can't understate how dangerous they can be if care is not taken. And Dupree is moving into a very strong position. If he can get hold of it, the Rafters then opens up the entire upper bomb site for his team. And here he comes, unbeknownst to Navi. And there it is, cleans up that upper bomb site. Simple comes into play with the Eagles. Can't get the connections he wants. Denied by Zipix, but meanwhile, Electronics back at it again. A third from him, a 1v2 for the ace. Can you believe it? But finally, Magis comes in again, sweeping him down, and that will be the half. 11 for Astralis, 4 for Navi.
That is a huge statement on behalf for Astralis in the first map of this series. It's a grand final of a major, and you still wonder if Astralis is smurfing.
That's a very good way to put it, James. I mean, again, we do have to temper this result. Just knowing how good Astralis are on this map, we knew that this should be the most difficult test in this best-of-3 grand finals for Navi. So we do hope they can get the recovery in moving into the second half, but they absolutely need this pistol. If they do not start with a good economy, you really dread what lies in the near future for them.
Right then, is 4 rounds enough for Navi to fight back on their T side? They will be the aggressors now. 2 players with grenades here, Electronic and Zeus. All Kevlar for Astralis, trying to absorb these bullets. Will it be a fast play into A perhaps from the Ts? They're getting into lobby at the very least. And it seems like grenades are being lined up on the roof. We have the door blown off early on, and Glaive will take it in the face from Simple.
Very good start there for Navi, and straight down the vent indeed. Looking to outmaneuver Astralis. It would be a good change for them, and they're all going to dart down there. Astralis can't know how many players, but Zipex is about to spot it out, as he'll now know they're planting on that lower bomb site, calling for reinforcements. Can't connect those long-range shots. Still a man advantage here for Navi as Device goes in. Oh, it's so scary though.
Are they lining up for double peek here? The T's one might be a quadruple peek. They're all here. The trades are massive for Navi, and they look really damn good to win this pistol. Again, there is no diffuse kit in this round. Zipex needs to get a lot done, and the T's are all over the place. How does he even find all of them? There's a crossfire on the side, and Edward will be enough. There is a pistol round. That's exactly what Navi needed.
And just a quick moment, bit of relief there for Navi. Quick moment to breathe. Great start from them indeed. Simple kicking things off, and that defense was beautiful there. And putting all the bodies in the right places and all the bullets as well. Good hold, and now Navi, they've got to do I mean, it used to be taken for granted, James, winning rounds against Force Buys, but when it's the likes of Astralis, a Force Buy is still very hard to win.
I think on some maps, Astralis are the toughest team to win this kind of round against. Inferno, namely, one of them. Considering Astralis' T side, I can't imagine they've overlooked this as a CT on round 2 after losing the pistol. Those CZs are very dangerous. There are plenty of close quarters positions. You could even have one person on a close corner and somebody just moving up some stairs very quickly, just like that. Speaking of the Death, they've got it right here. Dupree cleaning up. He is bleaching the floor. 3 Navi players left. What do you do now? There's 1 gun on the floor. 2 guns on the floor, in fact, but they continue to get some frags. Zipex now hits him with a CZ, although they may try to drain his bullets, but again, he's baiting. Glaive comes out from nowhere, and there are 2 Navi players left. There's the bomb lost as well. Still, no weapons picked up yet for Astralis, but Flamey has a lot to do, and he won't do. Astralis are devastating. Doesn't matter what they have.
You gotta give it to them. Those bait setups were incredible. How can something so simple be so effective when you have that perfect timing? You know, all the Astralis players, they are just have this crazy link. The chemistry on that team is definitely really helping in rounds such as this. Just perfect timings on the peaks, so we'll take distraction on this angle. A teammate peaks from another, and with those CZs, as you mentioned, James, it is just so strong and beautiful to finish it off with the Scout and Navi. They are going to have to force buy their way back into this one. We got Deagles out.
Good luck with that. Astralis will turn your dreams into nightmares. Bunch of Deagles and a CZ for Navi. At this point, they've got 2 smokes and a HE. They don't even have a flashbang. This is a pure aim round. It's a grenade, and Zeus will take a small chunk of damage. Glaive moving up the stairs now of the secret position, but Flamey is waiting for him. When does he choose to peek? Will there be a flashbang from his teammates? We've got people advancing their position. Device has to fall back. Simple going free. They'll get shot in the face though. But the T's have the numbers advantage, and finally they'll get some kills. 4 on 2 for Navi. Can they force right back?
Turning the tables. Navi, can they close it though? Dupree out in the open with the Galil. It will not work out for him. Zeus will take him out, and now with Magisk as the last man standing with the UMP, it will be tough. The element of surprise is key. Well, that's been given away. Picks up the Galil though, and he will rotate, or at least suggest a rotation. But caught up the ladder. That's the close that Navi wanted. 4 players survived. That's a lot of weapons collected, and Astralis' economy turned to dust.
Surely they fix it this time. Navi with half the score of their opponent, but a world of opportunity, and a tactical timeout has been called by Astralis. Will they go for the CZ play again? Will they go for setups, bait setups number 2? I'm sure they have an album of just photos with smiley faces on where they troll their opponents with CZs, and indeed the CZs will be out once more. So this is another very dangerous round for Astralis, for Navi, sorry.
And it's a mind game situation as well between the 2 in-game leaders. Now, we've already shown, Astralis, we've already shown the round that we play, or we were very successful with that bait setup in the lower stack. And of course, to some extent, that was a reaction from Astralis. They knew the rotation of Navi down into that lower position. And have they scared Navi from going there now? Now do Astralis stack the upper bomb site, expecting Navi to do something different? Well, looks like Navi might be doing something different here. We'll see the initial HE grenades as they take control of lobby and radio and Squeaky, looking for pushes from Astralis, and indeed, Astralis have an upper setup here. Zipex taking quite some damage, but still, ever dangerous. He's not dead yet, and so he will be in a problem no matter what his health is.
Right then, do Astralis start to fish for information? Okay, it looks like we have the wall of smokes outside, so even on a round such as this, Navi have been forced to give the maximum respect to their opponent. Oh, look at that counter smoke from Glaive. That is going to ruin the timing of Navi. He was standing in main that entire time, Glaive, with his CZ out. And he has been waiting for this wall of smoke so he can stop them from advancing towards secret. Now, with the time it takes that smoke to disappear, there could be 2, 3, 5 Astralis players on those secret stairs. Do Navi abandon what they planned to do previously, or do they continue? Now it's a guessing game. Now they have to wonder, where are these CTs positioned? So many close corners on Nuke, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose some people in a round such as this.
Yeah, that smoke is absolute genius indeed. And there's 30 seconds for Navi to move now. They are really being played like a fiddle with that one smoke that Glaive put down. The impact could be enormous because Navi won't have time to check for everything. It's going to be chaos moving into this lower site. There is less than 20 seconds going into the plant on the lower bomb site. Electronic gets a quick double, but Zipex is positioned to try to stop the plant. That's all he has to do. Stop the plant. Edward takes him down. 8 seconds to plant the bomb. Can they stop it? 5 seconds. Is that bomb going to go down in time? Oh, I don't know if there's time here to plant the bomb. Oh, no!
Oh, my God. I could barely watch.
That smoke.
That is terrifying. That smoke, exactly. That
smoke. Smoke ever.
What now? That is the what now smoke. And the answer is, I don't know what now.
And for those of you thinking,
how do you lose an anti-force buy by timeout?
Well, that's the thing. Like, to those people wondering, why is it why didn't you just go through that smoke? Well, Navi didn't have any map control, and the CT rotations are so quick on this map that it's a complete guessing game, as you mentioned, James. For the Ts, there could be loads of CTs behind that in all of these setups. You want to make it a sure thing, and you have to make that hard decision. Do we just go on a gamble and maybe get absolutely taken down by these CZs, or do we try to play a safer route when that smoke goes away and then just have no time? It's actually chaos either way.
Yeah, that is terrifying. They're just outmaneuvering the entire time. I'm just glad there were no Astralis plays in the show match. I don't know about you. But this is pretty damn scary. That said, Navi have AK-47s out, and 7 rounds is still doable.
Yes.
7 rounds is still doable, but their margin for error is continuing to get smaller and smaller here on the first map of Nuke, which was the pick of Astralis.
Yes, and you love to see it. Dupree out with the auto shotgun. Often see the shotguns in play on the upper bomb site of Nuke. It's always a favorite, and we can see Device having fun with a very good angle there, just playing it very safe with the AWP, waiting for Navi to emerge. Navi are playing a slow round here, just trying to cross their T's, dot their I's, make sure that they are getting map control safely.
I feel like an auto shotgun should always have a first sticker on, because he revolutionized the use of that weapon in ways that other people simply cannot emulate. Now, I don't know if that was the plan for that smoke. I don't know if it was supposed to go, if it's supposed to be there so it goes through the wall, or what that was, but
it either looked like a complete mistake or a setup indeed.
Or maybe he just clicked mouse 1 by accident. Anyway, we've got just shy of a minute for Navi to walk into the Gatling gun. That is Zipex, and again it's a bait setup, but Device does not hit the mark this time. And
we can't stick around for too long. You can see Simple almost had Device in his clutches. Zipex though with another off angle, and he just falling back, spotted, forced out into position. Trade is had. 35 seconds to plant the bomb, and the auto shotgun now comes into play as Navi desperately and quickly try to get themselves on that bomb, but Dupree opens the door. That's all he has to do, and now there's a huge threat and presence in the control room side of the lower bomb site. Zeus goes looking for it, but how much time is Dupree killing here?
Opening the door just to try and delay the plant, but there is cover. Dupree got to go around the corner now, jumping because he knows he's close to the shotgun. He has advantages. There we go, black. 2 more T's to find. Man advantage for Astralis. They don't have a kit on the players who are alive at the moment. Perhaps there is one on the floor. An AK's been collected by Dupree, a Molotov. Simple may have to do a lot here. Navi have almost abandoned the site. Edward looking towards control. The other side, you can do a lot more from that side, which is currently on fire. Well, it's so far ticked at the moment. They're going for a 10-second defuse now. Oh, and there it is. The cover is enough. Simple was compromised. And Astralis they're going to steal, another round. 14-6. This is all Astralis on Nuke.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking, that round from Navi. They definitely had a solid shot to make that one work. But you have to credit Dupree just with that auto shotgun. He could have just had a knife, and again had huge impact with just knowing how to play his presence and how much of a threat that actually was. And obviously does upgrade to that AK in the end. And Dupree has been, everyone on Astralis has just powered up, it seems, as time has gone on since Magic's joined the team. And 14-6 now. There is almost no room at all for Navi to make a mistake as they try to make this work with the AK's limited utility. And looks like Astralis are ready.
There is a smoke drop by Dupree. Day to go through that. Glaive outside, still leading by example. 17 kills now, along with Dupree. Plenty of players seen around the huts. And again, just So dominant from Astralis. Look at the desperation there. Zeus just bouncing through, but this is not Super Mario Brothers. And Simple will be left on his own, 1 versus 4. Does he think about the championship slipping away from him? Again, this is the pick of Astralis, so they may expect to win this in 3. So this may not be mentally too defeating for them if this is to continue like this until Astralis win the map.
Definitely, I think, Overpass is such a home territory for them. They're so very strong there, Navi, that they can get a very strong reset into that one. But this is the hardest way for sure for them to start against Astralis on the Nuke, and there it is. Map points for Astralis, 15 for them, 6 for Navi. And Navi's money absolutely sucks.
Well. Not how you want to start a major final, that's for sure. Even if you know your opponent has a big advantage. The first map of a best-of-3 series, and Astralis are firmly at map points, and they've got plenty of them. Navi less than half the score of their opponent. Deploying some grenades outside on the T side. Sipex around the ramp, Glaive on the outside or Secret. And there is the wall. No counter smoke this time from Astralis. But what else do they have up their sleeve? Astralis is like the worst magician. Every time they do a trick, somebody dies.
Device is positioned himself with that orb towards that secret position. And Electronic is closest to it. Are there any setups here for Navi to try with their limited utility? They have some flashbangs to maybe get a frag here for Electronic. Looks like Device is in a very safe position that he can just back away safely if he gets flashed. So we'll have to see if this one works out. Will there be a flash on his angle? Device now edging forwards. Electronic, he has been stellar so far for Navi. Can he make it work? Oh, it's a miss from Device, but Electronic is still alive. There goes the grenade to delay them. But Astralis, they know exactly where the T's are at the moment.
Still so scary to try and punish Device, because how many times have you seen one CT holding an angle, takes a shot, kills or otherwise, falls back, and you chase after him, you run straight into another one and gets a free kill. You just don't know. And here he is again. Grenades to follow up as well. 2 players left now between Astralis and the first map, and there goes Simple as well. 3 kills for Device, and Edward can't do anything about it either. That is Nuke firmly, very firmly taken by Astralis. 1-0 now in this series.
What a performance from Astralis on their home map. Would you expect